Today I'm at Donington Park. Donington Park is a race circuit located between Leicester and Derby. It's next to the East Midlands Airport. There are two circuits, the GP circuit, which is 2.5 miles long, and the national circuit, which is 2 miles long. That's the circuit I'll be doing today. The GP circuit is essentially the same circuit, but with 2 extra straights and 2 extra hairpins. The national circuit has a lap record of 57.221 seconds. I won't be getting close to that today in this 2-litre MX5. Donington Park has actually hosted a Formula 1 race in 1993, but that was the only Formula 1 race it hosted. There was talk of it taking over from Silverstone for Formula 1, but that never happened. It was built between World War I and World War II and has been used as a race circuit ever since. It is a specially built race circuit, so it is good. I have been here before. It was exactly a year ago today. I kind of know the circuit, but I can't quite remember a good line, so I'm gonna have to get out there and learn it again. The weather forecast has been pretty bad. It's been rain most of the day, but today the weather forecast has suddenly changed to sun and cloud, so hopefully it stays that way. I'm going to get out there, do some driving, then I'll give you a talk through of a lap or two, and then I'll go quiet and try and show you a fast lap. Looks like it might rain soon, so I'm going to try and get the talk through lap done now. It's 11 o'clock. I've been out only really once already. I went out twice, but I wasn't out here for long, so this is my second proper go. Be careful when merging because people are coming up fast. Now I can go. Blue car will go past, I'll go behind blue. Turning in quite late on this bend, getting near the green post on the apex, powering out, letting it run wide. On this one you want to try and keep it as right as possible, really smooth with the gear change, be very smooth, and this left turn is critical. Incredibly smooth here as the car wants to spin, and then gently start to brake, increase the pressure on the brake, down a gear, peel off the brake, and then full power out of the bend into the apex. You don't have to go onto the outside of this bend here, you can pretty much take it on the inside. It's very long, let it drift out to the outside, gradually backing off the power now, gradually increasing some brake, down into third, peeling off the brake, powering on into the inside apex, onto the outside apex, leaving it in third, braking before the top of the hill, peeling off the brake, trying to keep as much speed on this bend as possible. No need to clip the inside apex here, just following out to the outside apex. With these brakes, I'm braking between the 2 and the 1 boards on the right, around about here, down into third gear, peeling off the brake as I turn in. Do not hit those little sausages, those yellow things. You can hit the curb though. Got a faster car behind now, Caterham 7, so I'll stay to the right to let them past, and I'll gradually drift to the left, and I'm going to brake. Oh, I'm slowing down now because that blue car looked like it was going to pull in front of me there. It didn't now, but I brake next to the 3 cones. I'll go around again and show you. So there's a bad line through there because I was a bit upset about the blue car. I was worried he was going to pull in front of me. Probably should have actually let him go, to be fair. Right now, very easy with this left turn, around about here, click the apex, gently start to brake, increase the pressure on the brake, down the third, peel off the brake, don't hit the sausage, hit the curb, and then hit the outside curb. The sausage are those little bumps. They're like speed bumps. You hit them, they can launch you up, can damage your car, can make you lose control. Drift onto the outside apex. Very carefully now, slowing down because we're on a bend. I don't want the car to rotate, down to third gear, powering on now. Inside apex, don't hit the sausage. Outside apex, try not to hit the green. Green is freshly painted today, we've been told not to hit it. Staying in third, braking about halfway up the hill, peeling off the brakes, trying to stay as fast as I can through this bend, already at full throttle, not clipping the inside apex, but letting it drift onto the outside apex into 4th gear, 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 110, braking in a straight line, down into third, peeling off the brake, don't hit the sausages, hit the curbs, hit both these curbs, you get a better line through, then full power onto the outside apex. 80 miles an hour, 90 into 4th, 95, 100. I'm going to brake next to these 3 cones. Now, braking down into third, gradually peeling off the brake, a late turn in, getting near the inside post, that green post, and then full power on out to the apex on the outside. Usually I'll stay on the inside here, but I'm going around this Boxster, so I'm going to stay on the outside. Now I'm bringing it into the inside, gradually coming off the power there. Oh, the car wants to rotate, no faster than that there. And now braking hard, gradually releasing the brake, and that's how I do it. Not sure if it's the best way, probably not, but I feel it's quite safe. It's relatively quick, and I'm having a lot of fun, which is why I'm here really. It's all about having fun track days. It's not competitive. I thought I should mention a near collision with a red Golf R on this track day. It was a bit scary. I caught up with the car. We got to a part of the circuit where overtaking is normal. They moved over to the right. I thought, well, that's my opening. Went to pass them and they moved back in on me. I was too committed to abort, so I quickly used the horn to try and get them to avoid hitting me. That worked, but in my, should I say, fluster of using the horn, I did actually make the car go a little bit sideways. You twitch the wheel a little bit when you're on the limit. It can make the car lose traction and go into a spin. But luckily, it was only a little bit sideways, got it straight, carried on, all was okay. And I thought I'd better go and apologise to the driver of the car because they didn't signal to let me pass. And you should really wait for people to signal to let you pass on track days. However, I don't always wait for the signal because quite often people don't signal, they just move over. So I take that as the signal. So I found the car, saw a person standing next to it, and I said, "Are you driving this car?" And he was like, "Yes." I was like, "I must apologise, I'm driving that white Mazda. Well, you nearly collided there as I went to pass you." And he was very good, he wasn't angry, he was happy that I was apologising. He said that was good of me to apologise. And I thought I'd just give myself a little bit of defence here. I said, "You did move over to let me pass there." Well, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like you were moving over to let me pass. That's why I went to go past you. And he said, "Yeah, I know." And I'm thinking, hang on a minute. If you knew that, why did you come back on me? I didn't say that, I just thought it. I thought, okay, I'll give myself a little bit more defence then. I said, "That's an area of the circuit where overtaking is quite normal." And he said, "Yeah, I know." And now I'm really starting to think, what are you playing at? What are you doing here? But before I've had a chance to say anything, he said, "She was driving." So I see what's happening now. He is actually a driving coach and he's defending his pupil, basically. He said he's driving the car because he doesn't want to go, no, she was doing it, until he finds out that I'm friendly. At least that's what I guess happened and why he was the way he was. And then he explained to me that it was her second track day and that I should look out for things like that. People can steer back in front of you when you go to pass them, particularly if they're not signalling. And he does have a point. So I think from now on, I'll be more inclined to wait for a signal before I pass, unless I'm absolutely 100% certain that they are moving over to let me go past them, because I don't want to have a collision, particularly with another car. I'm yet to have a near collision on track day, come to think about it. I don't think there has been a near collision with a car. I have nearly collided with 2 objects. Once at Cadwell Park, a bonnet flew off a Clio at 120 miles an hour-ish and landed in front of me. I had time to move around that. And at Snetterton, it was a first generation Astra VXR, the first one they did of the VXR. Lowered, big wheels, and that spat out a wheel arch liner as I was just about to pass them. Luckily, I'd moved over to pass them just as that wheel arch liner got through out the back of the car, so I did miss it. I don't know how I would have reacted to something big coming towards me. So really, it's not the other drivers that are usually the problems, it's the other cars and their reliability, which is why I'm usually a little bit careful of what looks like very modified cars, because you don't know who's been tinkering with them and how safe they are. But lesson learned. I'm going to wait for the signal before I pass unless I'm absolutely certain, because I don't want a collision. There's been one of the coolest cars I've ever seen at a track day today. It's a 1939 Bentley Mark 6, not to be confused with the Bentley blower. It's a 1939 chassis, but I believe it was actually registered in 1947. Because of the war, it was delayed. It's actually an automatic, and I believe it was originally registered in America. Quite successful at racing. The guy, well, in its time it was quite successful at racing, I hear, but the guy driving it races it. So I thought I would follow him just to see what it looks like. He did actually spin. I was trying to stay behind him, which is why I was on the inside there as we were approaching the corner. Cold tyres on that thing, didn't look like it handled very well, but I tell you what, that thing went fast in a straight line. This Mazda of 181 brake horsepower, and I think it's just over 1100 kilos, I was struggling to keep up in a straight line. They are brave. There's very little protection there. They're really open to the elements, and the wheels are quite skinny. And the tyre technology, well, didn't look like it was very good. It was sliding around a little bit on the corners. So, do I recommend Donington Park? Well, it's kind of a foregone conclusion. I've been here before and I've come back again, so I must recommend it, and I do enjoy it. My favourite parts are coppice and Craner curves. You've got to be careful on Craner curves. It's downhill, you're going very fast, turning right, and then you've got to transition to a left as the road is sloping away from you, and you can feel the car wants to go into a bit of a spin. It feels a bit light when you're doing that, so pick your moment to steer. Try and steer smoothly and carefully, no hard braking or accelerating at that point. How's the car been? Well, as usual, this MX5 has been fantastic. I put fuel in it and nothing else. It just works. The Michelin Pilot Sport PS4 tyres seem to be wearing well. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to measure when I get home. I'll measure the brake pads as well. And I will put the costs of this track day up here, including fuel. Fuel, by the way, on the way here, it got 48 miles to the gallon. Well, actually 47.9, but I'm very impressed with that. The engine's quite clever. It can switch between what's known as Otto and Atkinson, which is two different ways an internal combustion engine can run, and Atkinson is low power but high efficiency. So when I'm cruising along, I'm not actually using that much fuel, and somehow I'm managing to get 16.5 miles per gallon on this track day. I've only recorded 100 miles so far, and it's saying 16.5 miles to gallon. But I didn't reset it straight away. I forgot. I think I did another 40 miles before then. But as the weather's nice now, I'm going to go out and do some more fun laps. If you think the video is helpful when it comes to learning about Donington Park, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to get my future videos, and until the next one, cheerio.